Welcome back to my office, everyone. My name is Nikolai Ray. I'm the CEO of the MREX. Last week, we spoke about the importance of becoming a real estate CEO rather than just being a simple landlord. And I talked about real estate investment and the importance of strategic planning. So today we're going to dive deeper into the concept of strategic planning when you're a real estate investment CEO. Strategic planning is at the core of everything that you want to acquire and want to achieve as a real estate investor. And what strategic planning allows you to do is actually work on your business rather than work in your business. So in order to do this, you have to take time and set time aside to make sure that you do your strategic planning. And not only at the beginning of the year after New Year's Eve and after Christmas with all these great ideas and this motivation that we have for the new year. Strategic planning must be done every year and actually must be done quarterly, monthly, every week, and actually every day. Because if you're going to be a real estate investment CEO, your mind must always be focused on strategic planning. I myself have been a CEO for over 10 years now, and I'm at the point where every day I have time that's set aside for strategic planning. It's become a habit. It's just a way of life for me now as a CEO, and I just do it naturally. Sometimes I do set aside time in my schedule to do it, but I'm also at a level now as a CEO with all the success that I've had where it's truly a habit. Now, at first, for you guys, it won't be a habit. Therefore, I suggest that you actually plan it out, set time aside in your calendars and your schedules, and stay disciplined, take time to do your strategic planning. Now, I know some of you are probably wondering at this moment, what is strategic planning? Is it just sitting back and thinking about what we want to achieve and what we want to do and what are our desires? But there are actually some key components of strategic planning that are quite determined already. The number one thing is starting with your why. So why are you doing anything? Why are you investing in real estate? Why do you want to get richer? Why do you want to start a company? Why do you want to succeed? And this is ultimately something that belongs to you yourself. I can't determine what your why is for you, and no one else can judge your why. And there aren't truly any bad whys in life. It's really about you respecting yourself and respecting your why. If you allow me to give you an example, I'll talk about my why. So in my case, I grew up in Los Angeles, in California in the 80s and in the early 90s. And my why is something that I found actually quite early on in life. I was about 4 or 5 years old, and we were walking the streets of downtown LA. And now this is LA in the late 80s. We're not talking about LA today with LA Live and all the cool development that's happened in the center of the city. We're talking about a crime-filled downtown LA, poverty-filled downtown LA. So as we were walking around the streets, we were probably going to a restaurant or something. I can't remember that part of the conversation, but something that hit me as a 4 or 5 year old was ultimately, I was looking around at all the skyscrapers, and I said to my parents, I said, one day, I will be the CEO of a company that will own skyscrapers all around the world in the major cities. And what my company will do is it's going to clean the streets, and it's going to feed the homeless, and it's going to give them a place to stay. So obviously life went on from there. I became an adult. I learned about the capitalistic society that we live in. I learned about the various needs and things and realities. And obviously things changed. I didn't become Mother Teresa. I didn't move to India. I didn't become a monk or a Zen Buddhist on the top of a mountain. I'm a businessman. I have had a lot of success, and I have now been able to find a way after over 10 years, after a decade in business, to really match my why with the reality that we live in. So today for me, my why as a CEO of the MREX, building all these tech tools for you real estate investors, building also the MREX College with all the education that we offer you in real estate financial engineering. My why is to be able to share my knowledge, my insight, my vision, my experience with you as many multifamily real estate investors to help you build the best lives that you can for yourselves. And even if only one investor who's listening to me right now or who's watching me manages to take what I'm sharing and makes a better life for themselves and is able to build more security and financial stability for him and his wife or her husband and for their kids and for the community that they live in, well, at that point, my mission statement will have been a total success. And that brings me to a second point. Once you've determined your why, which will take a lot of introspection and a lot of reflection and thinking to determine what your why is, then you will be able to determine what your mission statement is, what your vision is, how you're going to do all of this, what your goals are, short-term, mid-term, long-term, and ultimately what your values are. Because your mission, your vision, your goals all must sit atop your own personal values, because it is your personal values which are based off your why that will allow you to decide the direction that you take in every type of investment and every type of partnership, and even all the way down to the tenants who you allow to come and live in the communities that you're building as a real estate investor. So for me, values for me that are extremely important are integrity, honesty, community, and performance. Therefore, every type of employee that I hire or don't hire will be based on these core values. The partnerships that I enter in with, whether it be in joint ventures or it be in syndications with limited partners or general partners or key principals, must all pass the test of my values. If someone that I meet who is a potential employee or partner or investor or a tenant does not have integrity and does not show that integrity is one of their key principles and key values, then you know what? I'll just cut the ties with that person and I'll invite them to go somewhere else ultimately. So that's the way that I manage my company. That's the way that I manage my investments. And I suggest that you use strategic planning continually to be able to work on your business and not in your business. Therefore, taking a bird's eye view and being able to see past the forest and not be stuck in the forest, or as many popular investors will talk about, being up in the clouds and not always stuck in the dirt. And that way you're able to elevate yourself from every single situation and see clearly, see the path that you need to take, and make proper decisions. I hope all the information that I shared with you today will help you truly become a better real estate investor in the multifamily space and eventually become the CEO of your own real estate investment company, just as I've been the CEO for over 12 years now and have done hundreds of millions of dollars of transactions in multifamily real estate. I offer you the same knowledge without a filter, and I invite you to come back next week as I'll talk more about stress management and how you can make stress your friend and even your ally to hit your targets even faster and better.